Good afternoon. We are coming to you live from Lakeview, where we are getting our first measurable rain of the month of September. The lake is about as low as it's going to get. The boat dock I'm standing on is beached, and the pumping has stopped for now. I believe they might have to pump a little bit out after this rainfall hits. You see down there is where it's coming from. But yeah, this is about as low as this end is going to presently get. The gauge right here, water is only about 2 feet deep underneath me, but I'm not going to get out and play in that. Got some more towers building to the east, good old summertime storms. Lone goose out there. Yeah, this end's pretty quiet. Was dry. I was going to get out and try to walk around on the other end, but the rain is not going to let me do that. So we'll go ahead and step back up to the old shoreline so you can get an idea of how far down in here we are. So here we are at the top of the boat ramp. Water is way down here. When it used to be, I think this line right here is where the water used to be. Getting some good rumbles of thunder out of this one. It was 98 degrees before it started raining, and now it's 68. So we'll take that every day. And you can see all the cracks where the shoreline was all dried up. It's not presently, obviously. I'm the only idiot out in the rain. There's nobody here fishing today. And yep, got my garbage bag on because yeah, it's raining pretty hard. But let's go ahead and take a look at the business end of where things are going down. Alright, and here we are out in the shallow end of the lake, and I mean, we're out in it about as far as I can walk without sinking. Okay, the clay under me is not as firm as I would like. There we have the culvert that is going to be replaced here in a couple months. It's, like I said, pretty dry out here. Not completely dry, but what can you do when it's pouring down rain? A little summertime storm. Most of the critters have gone. The fish have either been caught or moved to Teal Lake. And there's really not a whole lot else to it right now. We're still 2 months away from the start of construction. We're gonna have to get some more dry weather for them to be able to get in there and do their thing, but I've heard they are gonna dredge down here when they're replacing the culvert. They're also gonna do some work on the dam down at the other end. So it'll be a productive winter over here. Hopefully we don't get snowed in too hard. But the rain's finally starting to subside for now, till the next batch of storms pops up. With that said, let's go poke around the culvert before we wrap up part 7. Well, I was gonna head down there and kind of walk along the culvert. There's not enough traction for that right now, go figure. So we'll just kind of sit here and look at it. You can see the vegetation's already coming back to the sides. You can see a little bit of a channel here, but they're gonna have to dig all this out quite a bit to replace this giant hunk of concrete. Not really sure how far out they're gonna dredge on this end. A lot of times with a town like this, it just comes down to funds. What do we have the funds for, and that dictates what gets done. We'll go ahead and walk across the road while there's a break in traffic if I don't pull a Ricky and fall flat on my face walking uphill. Shout out to all my Trailer Park Boys fans. Love that show. And so here we are. This is where all the water comes from. Under normal circumstances, I guess there'd probably be about 6 feet of water out here. But it all goes into here, and this side, I've seen better days. I got a video of this exact spot several years ago where there was 2 different whirlpools. I couldn't understand why they were there. Well, now I get it, because it was going in through these holes. I think we even have a, I don't know if that's a water line or a gas line down there, but I imagine it's a water line. But that's the grand tour for part 7. At this point in time, there probably won't be another video till close to construction time, when I have more information to provide you guys with. So, with that, I appreciate everyone watching, and we'll catch you next time, whenever that is. See you later.